Brain Food offers 10 bad habits that destroy your confidence. Self-esteem is one of those intangible things that is hard to define, but when you see it, it can be thought of as a feeling of confidence in one's abilities, qualities, and judgment, and it affects almost every aspect of our lives, including how we feel about ourselves, how others see us, and how we perform at school and work. Although lack of confidence can be a result of social anxiety or other mental weakness, health conditions that affect one's self-perception are not always the case. You may not even realize that you have some unconscious habits that are actually destructive. Your confidence. Let's take a look at some of these trends and behaviors so you can learn to recognize them. Start making them in healthy habits instead. Number 1. Neglecting your appearance. You already know the importance of good hygiene and that you should take care of your health and appearance. And one of the most important things is that when you neglect your appearance, you are basically being disrespectful to yourself. Additionally, if you don't feel good about how you look, your self-esteem is going down. To take a hit, especially when it comes to social situations. This may seem like a superficial point, but taking care of your appearance properly can really make a difference. Go a long way towards building your self-esteem. Number 2. Obsess over minor flaws. When you look in the mirror, do you notice any minor flaws in your appearance? Do you get stuck on that flaw and keep expanding it in your mind until it feels like it's all there is you can see? If so, you need to stop. This process is toxic to trust. Even if you think you're just being honest with yourself, look at your flaws with hyperfocus. You can despise what you see. When this happens, your focus shifts away from appreciating all the things you love about yourself, to constantly check everything that you think is wrong. This ritual of self-criticism makes you feel sad, inadequate, and ashamed. Not the best environment for a confident mindset. Instead of obsessing over minor flaws, try to put the same energy into looking at the positives, features in themselves. It may feel awkward at first. After all, positivity is often hard won when cynicism takes over. A habit. But as with any new habit worth developing, daily practice will change how you feel about yourself. Number 3. Talking about your perceived weaknesses. There's a fine line between being self-deprecating and taking it too far. Whereas self-deprecation means to show that you are a normal person who does not take himself more seriously, it can, in some cases, come across as insecurity. Also, if you constantly make negative comments about yourself, people will notice and either get tired of hearing it or start thinking that maybe you're not that great after all. You think. If you must discuss a weakness, for example, in a professional context, such as a job interview, develop this as an area for growth. It will show that while there are things you can improve on, there is a willingness to learn new skills and to specialize in more areas than those that come naturally. Number 4. Appreciating others more. When you praise others too much, you are essentially telling them how much better they are than you. Of course, building others up is important, but only if you do it too much and build yourself up. If it turns out to be a small fish in comparison, you will start to believe this story. To appreciate your gifts and talents. Remember that everyone has different strengths and weaknesses. In fact, if we were all the same, none of us would stand out in a crowd. Each of us has something special that makes us unique, so don't forget about yourself. Positive characteristics. Number 5. Believing your negative self-talk. If you're like most people, you may experience negative thoughts about yourself from time to time. Unfortunately, it's very easy to believe the bad things we tell ourselves. Good ones. And over time, this type of thinking only lowers your self-esteem and confidence. It's hard to believe in yourself and achieve your goals. While positive affirmations can help eliminate some of these thought patterns, the trick is to learn how not to take your negative self-talk too seriously in the first place. This is one more on life. This will allow for a more objective perspective on life, leading you to greater things. Overall happiness and therefore more confidence. Number 6. Apologize excessively. Have you ever found yourself saying, "I'm sorry," even when someone else bumped into you? Although apologizing can be powerful and important, being too polite or apologizing all the time, it can actually damage your confidence. Apologizing too much can make you seem unsure of yourself, your abilities, or judgments. You shouldn't apologize for things you know aren't your fault or anything. You are not sorry. By doing so, you blame yourself and make others think you are at fault. Apologize when called upon, otherwise, they lose their effectiveness and meaning. Number 7. Letting others make decisions for you. If you don't know what you want or don't believe in your opinion, you can't have confidence. Case. Expressing your desires in an honest, empowering way builds trust. This can only happen if you listen to yourself, trust yourself, and act on things you want in life. When someone is telling you what they think should happen, or putting pressure on you, something they want instead of considering your needs, or worse, they try to control or will manipulate you, your confidence will suffer. Number 8. Lowering your standards. Lowering your standards to be okay with whatever happens means accepting less than what you deserved. Certainly, lowering your standards will make things more comfortable or easier for you. And while it may be an easy fix at the time, it won't help your confidence in the long term. In fact, lowering your standards lowers your self-esteem and creates more problems. Solves. It's also a slippery slope. Once you start doing it for one thing, it becomes easier doing the same for others. We may not all have the same values, and that's okay. But if you have a set of standards and stick to them, it will make you happier and more confident. Number 9. Maintaining a toxic relationship. When it comes to being confident, the relationships you have in your life play an important role. This is because everyone around you affects the way you think and feel about yourself. People who are closest to you, your family, friends, co-workers, and even acquaintances, all affect your self-esteem. If people around you are constantly criticizing or bad-mouthing you, your confidence will decrease. So take a step back and consider whether your relationship is healthy for both parties involved, especially if your confidence has been affected as a result of being with them. Individuals. To stay confident and assertive, it's important to surround yourself positive people who care about your well-being as much as their own. Number 10. Comparing yourself to others. We've all been there. You're caught up in your social media feed, and you're starting to notice other people reaching milestones faster than you. Maybe they have a nicer home, a better job, or are happily married while you are struggles with dating. You feel jealous, insecure, and maybe even angry that these people have something about you. Do not, but wait. Is it really as bad as it sounds? Comparing yourself to others is a normal human behavior. We are wired to feel the differences and make decisions. But if left unchecked, this habit can prove destructive to your self-esteem. It can make you feel jealous or resentful of others' achievements. Instead, try to focus on what sets you apart in a positive way. And remind yourself that everyone's path is different even if they look the same. First sight. These bad habits are signs of low self-esteem. Although some of them may seem harmless, they can cause considerable damage if ignored long enough. The trick is to recognize these errors when they occur. With practice, you will be able to change one positive thought or behavior each time. Among these bad habits, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to hit the notification